Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Roll camera and action.
It's time for some trailer talk.
All right, what are we starting with?
I know what you did last summer. Look, I liked the trailer, but I thought it was a little underwhelming. But I'm still excited for this movie, all right? I like that Freddie Prinze shows up. He's like, I'm tired of this violence happening in our town. This happened before. Now it's happening again. And I was like, wait, nigga, I thought you didn't want to be in this. I thought you said I got to see a script. Now look at you.
Yeah, you had to see a script. By script, he meant a signed contract with some dollar bills on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he meant a paycheck.
Right, yeah, man. I was like, Freddie, you ain't doing shit. Like, your wife is more busy than you are, and even she's coming back to Buffy. So shut the fuck up, nigga.
Just enjoy the people want to see you come back.
Hell yeah. Looks like him and Jennifer Love Hewitt aren't together anymore. Which I don't know. We'll see how that works. It looks like Jennifer Love Hewitt is a professor at a university now, which good for her.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope it's good. That's all I can say. I hope it's good. Because that first one, listen, I fully understand nothing will ever come close to the first movie, but I just hope we can get some good trash entertainment. That's all I ask.
Just honor the legacy.
Right.
That's all. And
not for nothing, like the new people, I'm like, a few of them I recognize. I'm like, okay, you guys got some names I'm not mad at, like Madeline Klein. She was in Glass Onion. Chase Sue Wender, she's in The Studio.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and Tyreek Withers, he was in Atlanta, and he's gonna be the star of him. So I was like, okay, y'all got some faces at least I recognize. So like. Right. And these are people that are actually have been good in other projects, so
it can't afford to be garbage.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that the bath bomb that Madeline Klein puts in at the beginning of the trailer straight up looks like blood. I was like, I got applaud to that. That's clever. And if for those of you listening, if you never tried a bath bomb, go to Bed Bath and Body Works right now and get one.
That's right, because you can't go to the place. I think the chain that.
Lush?
Is Lush still around? I thought.
I think Lush is still around.
Okay.
I love me. Shit, I just realized I might take a bath fucking on Saturday. Like, I'm gonna have the place to myself. Might throw a bath bomb in there. You see me passed out.
Live your life, man. Bath bomb, glass of wine.
Hell yeah.
Live your life. Y'all need a Lush sponsorship.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, as a matter of fact. Jeff, why don't you look into that, bro? There's some fucking Lush sponsorship.
Man, I'm already trying to get us a sponsorship with X Chair.
All right, well, listen, let's get another one. Let's get not only get us paid, let's get boxes. Like, I want a lifetime supply of bath bombs.
I want free shits. Where it's at?
I'm sure Lush has done movie tie-ins.
Hell yeah,
They need to get on that shit.
Like Film Blurred's branded bath bombs.
Hell yeah! Look, listen,
like popcorn.
We'll have an Avatar one. You know what I'm saying? Like swim in the waters of Pandora. What else is relaxing? I was gonna say, what's relaxing? Have a wild robot one where it smells like the forest. We can't do aggressive movies. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do
I'm trying to think of some relaxing.
Because I was about to say Predator because that's on my mind, but like you can't do no Predator bath bomb.
Smells like fear and blood. Yeah.
I mean, people do love horror movies now, so you could do a blood one.
Yeah, you know what we could do? We could do a Nightmare on Elm Street just as a homage
to
the bathtub scene in the first one.
Yeah.
All right,
it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I'm going to send this episode to Lush, see what happens.
Hell yeah, and have somebody. What's a band? Yeah, have Linkin Park do a cover of that song at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, they have a female singer now, so
it's a nightmare. It's just a dream, Oh, it's a nightmare.
They're the most popular they've ever been.
Really?
Oh yeah, they even their old stuff has been charting lately.
Really, people like Emily Carmichael after all that shit she said.
Like I said, their old stuff has been charting.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from the new.
And I'm not trying to. I think they should have just stuck with Chester. I think Chester just should have pulled double duty.
Yeah, well, Mike Shinoda overrode all that.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Excuse me, not Chester.
Right,
R.I.P. Chester. Yeah. I meant Mike. Mike should have just pulled double duty and just sang and rapped. Honestly.
Yeah, because apparently he's singing and rapping on the new album.
Yeah, so I like. Or Amy Lee was right there. I'm pretty sure if they asked Amy Lee, she'd be like, "Yeah, bring me to life." She, I would have pulled that off on tour if I was Mike. I'd be like, "Yeah, we brought her back to life," and I would nudge her like this, like, "Do it, do it, do it."
Finger
do
gun.
it.
Hey, wink, wink.
Do it.
Apparently, she does the rapping on that song now when they perform it live. Because she's like, yeah, I never wanted that. She's like, I wrote that song by myself, and they made us add a rap. And she wrote the rap, apparently, but they didn't let her do it. And now she does it whenever they perform it live. I'm like, oh, good for her.
Yo, I mean, that rap is terrible because that dude has the whitest voice. Wake me up!
Yeah, apparently the label was like, yeah, you got to put this dude on here.
Damn, remember that was that was a song. That song was a hit, and then they put it in Daredevil.
I was gonna say they used that to promote Daredevil.
It's in the movie too when Elektra's training to kill Daredevil, and then when her dad dies, they play that song "My Immortal" at the funeral.
Oh, they do.
I cry my tears. Damn.
New metal, man.
Yeah. I won't back down.
Which is
shit.
crazy,
Even
like,
Spider-Man had new metal. They say that a hero can save
Nickelback
us.
don't count.
Fucking Nickelback.
That was their first single too.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand the early 2000s, from 2000 to 2005. It was a dark ass time. Like music was bad.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All right. Let's move on to our next trailer, which is Predator Badlands. And yeah, nigga, like
I look. Oh
yeah.
Well, they're putting it in theaters, right?
Yes.
And they shot it in IMAX.
Yes.
Like,
dog, we're getting 2 Predator movies this year. One animated anthology, and this and it looks like
this shit looks hot as fuck.
Yo, and people are starting to theorize that Elle Fanning, because you see her eyes go white,
right?
They're thinking she might be a Weyland Yutani android.
Oh, so that's a theory? Because I saw a headline that straight up said she is one.
Oh, well, even better. I don't care. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only Alien Predator crossover I want.
Yeah, apparently she's playing twin androids.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm here for it. Let's do. Oh my god.
And we're still getting Prey too.
The action in this, like from this little ass trailer, looks so fucking epic. Yes. Like it's everything we wanted to see. Because in all the other Predator movies, you don't actually see the Predator do much, right? He like shows up and blows some shit up.
Right.
This motherfucker's running, jumping, sword fighting, and shit like that.
Well, you see a fucking Predator chief like chopping off another Predator's leg and about to stab him with a sword. Like, well, that shit was crazy.
It's a young Predator. We're following a very young Predator, which people are saying it might be a female Predator.
I mean, you really can't tell the difference, but okay.
And then there's like a giant Predator dog too.
They really stealing from niggas though, bro. Because like, I saw what this new Predator looks like. I was like, why has this Predator got my hair and my haircut, bro?
I mean, the Predators always had locks though.
Yeah, but now they give him the undercut, the black people undercut with the locks, bro.
But Here's the
The
thing.
undercut's been in style now.
When we first see the trailer, right? We see him from the back, and it's like, what's this Jamaican nigga doing? What the fuck he doing? It's like, oh shit, that's a predator.
I was like, yo, man, why do you? God damn, man! Now Predator gotta have the updated style. God damn it. Yo, but yeah, I'm excited for this shit. This looked much better than I could even imagine. You know what I'm saying? I guess Dan. Look, I'm not mad, but I guess Dan Trachtenberg is going to be the architect of Predator. And you know what?
Look,
keep everybody away. Just let him do his thing. I'm glad that Ridley is not attached to this in no way, shape, or form, because you know he'd have to be under his thumb.
Well, I know fucking Dan must be tired though, because he directed. I think he wrote the anthology animated movie too.
Yep. He wrote and directed both of them.
Look,
he still said he's doing Prey 2. There's going to be a Prey 2.
Feast or famine, man. Like, he may be tired, but like, he's eating.
Yeah, bro. Look, I'm gonna be real. If somebody gave me a franchise that was basically dead, and it's just like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, and then they're like, oh, can you keep doing more of whatever the fuck you want? I'd be like, you know what? I'll stick around for a while too. You know, if I get to make different movies with the same character, yeah, sure, fine.
I hope
Why
he gets
not?
to make that noir one he was talking about, where he wants to have like a noir style movie where it's a detective investigating predator murders.
Yes, do all that.
Then have the end of the movie him just getting to a shootout with the predator, bro.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
like have that nigga have a Tommy gun.
Yeah, the world's our oyster. Like let this man cook.
Hell yeah, man. Predator Badlands, November 7th. In shot in IMAX. Yeah, shot in IMAX, baby.
That shit's gonna be tough.
Yeah, man. I like this trailer doesn't give anything away, doesn't show much, and I'm honestly I'm good. Like this is all I need to see.
I don't need a story. Like I'll discover when I watch it.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Why am I feel like I'm forgetting a trailer. I feel like
weapons.
Yeah. That trailer fucking freaked me out, man. I ain't gonna lie. And something's obviously up because the kids are running with their arms out. And I'm like, if they're running with their arms out, something must be up.
I haven't checked out the website that they put up at the end.
And I'm not going to. I'll tell you that much.
But it's such a simple, effective trailer. But anything involving creepy ass kids is terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, they're not even creepy. They just disappeared. They get up in the middle of the night and run out of their houses.
Look, kids running in the middle of the night is creepy. All kids are creepy.
And the voiceover is unsettling too, because they're like, where'd they go? They're like, well, you saw the same thing we saw. We have the footage. We don't know.
Yeah, so
that's fucking
I'm looking forward to this just because of the director's last film.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch Barbarian. I mean, he's the fact that like he's about to start Resident Evil. I'm like, okay, well, I mean,
they saw something in this.
Yeah, man. Like, let's see it, because like Barbarian I liked Barbarian. People loved it, and I'm on the like level. I'm not on the love level, but I do want to revisit it.
I'm not gonna say go ahead. Sorry.
I'll be real with you. I'm excited for his Resident Evil movie because like parts of Barbarian feel like Resident Evil and are shot like Resident Evil.
Yeah, I liked Barbarian. There are parts of it that I really loved, but as a whole, it's just like an effective movie.
Yeah. I think us three were the only people who were just like, yeah, this was a pretty good movie, and everybody else was like, no, it's amazing. I'm like, calm down.
Right.
Companion to me is the movie that y'all been praising. That's Companion for me.
Right.
And I understand why he was considering directing that, because that is in his wheelhouse.
Right. It seems like he would have murdered that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad he let Drew. Right. Like I'm really glad he let Drew do his thing.
Right. Because
I'm excited to see Drew Shout out to Zach Kreger, because now he's building like his own little in-house like studio. Mm-hmm. Like I got to give it up to him. He has great instincts as a producer, honestly. So like his little production company, I think give it like a couple of more years, he's gonna have murder's row of talent, including himself, making movies.
Look, I just want good shit. I just want good shit. So
Absolutely.
give this
Shit.
man all he needs.
I might rewatch Companion because I just hit HBO Max,
Yeah,
but it's
I
not
keep-
streaming in 4K. They didn't upload the 4K.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Fucking Warner Brothers, man.
I was about to say, WB, give that shit a 4K release, because
Yo.
I did want to buy it, because I was like, I did enjoy it enough to want to own it, but I saw it was only on Blu-ray. I was like, I kind of want it in 4K though.
Yeah, that's the Barbarian. That was a 20th Century Studios movie. Disney did not give that a physical release. You can only watch it on Hulu. That's the only place you can watch it right now.
That's some bullshit.
You can't rent it. You can't buy it. You can only watch it on Hulu. And you would think a movie that made them a fuck ton of profits, they would want people to be able to own or spend money on in any form and fashion.
Motherfuckers wonder why directors want to own the rights to their shit.
Yeah, right. You said it.
Like, you don't, and that's the other thing with the streaming shit now too, right? Is that like, if like you guys were saying earlier, if Superman fails and we have to go to streaming, like, what if something happens where something pops off on streaming that's like actually good, well made, but like the streaming service is like, yeah, this is taking up too much server space. We're tired of paying for this.
Yeah. Or like you play that whole entire fucking whack-a-mole shit where the movie that you love on this one service is ends up on another service and you got to fucking hunt around for that shit. It's like, I just want to be able to watch what I want when I want.
That actually happened to me recently. Brandon told me to watch something. I forget what it was. It was literally 2 days after he had just watched it. I went to watch it. I was like, oh, it's not on there anymore. He's like, what? And I looked it up. I was like, it's not streaming anywhere anymore.
Right.
This is why I will always have physical media. You know why? Because if I want to watch The Dark Knight, I could just whip that bitch out and throw that shit in. And guess what? The streaming version doesn't have the IMAX shit. The Blu-rays do. The 4Ks and the Blu-rays and the DVDs, they got the IMAX shit. So fuck you. Know what I'm saying? Nope. Yeah, nope. You can only get the IMAX shit if only on Peacock and on the Blu-ray. And Oppenheimer, you can only get the IMAX aspect ratio on the Blu-rays. So
physical media always king.
That's what I'm saying. That's why like everybody's kind of scared for Sinners, because you know, Warner Brothers kind of fucked Dune and not keeping the IMAX shit. So we're all kind of on edge, being like, well, is Sinners gonna keep the IMAX aspect ratio? Because if not, then we're all pretty fucking scared right now, because WB is gonna do whatever the fuck WB is gonna do. Clearly, they don't even want to keep the film people they hired, who are clearly trying to save cinema.
It's crazy too, because things are getting so bad now that the CD sales have gone up, piracy's gone up for everything. Apparently, vinyl is even like continues to grow year over year. Like they're like, yeah, last year was the best year vinyl's had since it's been making its comeback. I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
Look, it's that boomerang effect, right? Like the bubble, if it hasn't burst, it's bursting.
Don't get me wrong, I love streaming, right? I love being able to scratch my ass, roll over, grab my remote, and be like, okay, I could watch this. But also, if I enjoy something enough, I'm gonna own it. Like I just put in an order for Prey on 4K, so I'm gonna own Prey next week on 4K.
Yeah, I need to do that myself.
Just because, like, yo, listen, I don't trust Hulu, baby. Like, I don't trust none of this shit. And that movie's too good to just let it sit on Hulu. Right. Sorry, no offense to Hulu.
Well, yeah, and that's like how like people can make their directorial debut and then the shit can be pulled forever. Like, I still haven't seen Rebecca Hall's Netflix movie, and I never will because they took that shit off.
Oh, they did?
Uh-huh.
Yo, Passing's a good movie. That was an awards contender. A major awards contender just gone?
Once WB started doing that, Netflix was like, oh, you can do that? We're going to do that too.
All right, so then get rid of Millie's shit, man. Like, y'all keep that shit on Netflix. Get rid of that fucking shit. Y'all about to pay her another $15 fucking million for Enola Holmes 3. I don't know anyone who saw 2. I watched the first one.
I haven't seen the first one.
Yeah, I watched the first one because people were talking about the first one, and then I was just like, this shit? And then 2 came out, and nobody watched 2.
Didn't 2 come out in less than a year after the first one? Like,
yeah.
Like...
And now she's getting a 3rd, and I'm like, nobody saw 2, bro.
And nobody liked her in Electric State.
Nobody liked that other movie she put out, Damsel.
I don't know anyone who saw that.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for people who like movies, because people who like movies are literally like, "Yo, Millie, watch this." Oh, how long is it? Why do I gotta watch it? I don't know, bitch. Maybe to elevate your craft in the industry you work in,
or to just like respect the other people working in your industry.
That's why I hope one day I meet her and she's like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, how long is it?"
Like, how long was Damsel?
Bro, because you know how much that hurts when somebody says some shit like that to you. That's why I want to do it back. It'd be like, yo, now you know how that shit feels when when you do that to somebody. Like, could you imagine, Jeff? You go and you're like, yo, Brandon, I made a Batman movie. Like, you're gonna be the first person to see it. You want to see it? And I just go, oh, Jeff, how long is this?
It's like, it's all right, never mind, nigga. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, I guess you don't want to see fucking Batman. Fuck you. Hey man, look, the one franchise she did have that came in the theater, she got kicked out of. I think she got kicked out of for fucking reason.
Well, she got kicked out of the fucking Godzilla.
I mean, they have 3 new white women in the one coming out next year. One of them's Caitlin Deaver, and I was just like, no offense, Caitlin Deaver is a huge upgrade from Millie Bobby Brown.
I mean, look, Millie Bobby Brown is not a horrible actress.
She's a Netflix actress.
She's good enough. Right?
It's going to be interesting to see what happens to a lot of these Stranger Things niggas once this show's done.
I mean, a lot of them are going to be fine.
Like Finn Wolfhard.
Well, yeah, but he's been working, right? He's been working.
Same thing with Joe Keery. He's making music now, and he's in movies. He was in what was the Ryan Reynolds video game joint?
Fuck.
Furry guy?
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna be okay. Yeah.
And then his debut album just dropped, and he was like on some YouTube channel doing a cover of a song that went viral. Like, he's doing fine.
Right.
Maya Hawke is obviously doing fine. She was just in Inside Out too.
Right. Yeah. So, what's her face? The redhead chick?
Sadie Sink to be in Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, Sadie Sink's gonna be okay. I think Caleb is gonna be okay too, because he was in that Idris Elba movie,
and he's also on The Shy, and Sadie Sink's also on Broadway right now. Apparently,
yeah.
So Sadie Sink just had a movie on Hulu.
So literally, it's just Noah Schnapp and Millie Bobby Brown. It's just them two, where you're just like, well, you did it to yourself.
And like was it the Galen Mazeltano, whatever his name is?
Oh yeah. He's like everybody's spokesperson now.
Right, like he's like an Instagram, like he'll be fine.
Yeah, he was doing Verizon commercials. He's done a couple of movies, like.
Oh yeah, so it's just them two.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go.
You reap what you sow. All right, let's get into our main review.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the Film Blurts feature film review.
All right, we forgot a trailer. We got the trailer for Him. Jordan Peele is not. Everybody keeps saying it's Jordan Peele's new movie. I'm like, dog, he's a producer on it. It is not his movies. Like,
they're using him as a selling point, but like he put his name on it, and so that's instant verification.
Right. It looks good. I'll be real with you. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna be hard to watch because it looks gruesome.
Yeah, it looks like if Any Given Sunday was a horror film.
Oh, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, but Any Given Sunday was a shit movie, so let's hope it's not Any Given Sunday.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just that whole entire football culture shit mixed with some weird cult imagery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Shout out to Tyreek Withers. He's working. You know what I mean? He's in this. He's in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Was he the actor that was in that one episode of Atlanta?
Yep, that's him.
Okay.
Yep, that is him. That's all I got. I mean, I'm glad to see fucking Marlon Wayans in some serious shit again. And
does that nigga ever age?
Look,
right?
Black don't crack.
Yeah, man. Like, he still looks like he's fucking 35.
Yo, listen, that's not a bad thing.
Well, James Gunn, make him Robin.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was supposed to be Robin in Tim Burton's Batman when he was still gonna do that shit.
Actually, fuck that. James Gunn making Batman.
Nah, we
Fuck it,
can't.
brother.
We cannot have a black Batman. Nick. Yo,
Like white people. You remember January 6th? So it would be worse than January 6th if you have a black Batman.
yo, we would be fucking lynched in the streets, bro.
Yo, I have a wild random question for both of you.
Sure.
So since Batman puts on the makeup around his eyes, right? Does Batman technically do partial blackface?
Nah,
it's tactical.
It because it just looks like when he takes it off in the Batman, he just looks like a raccoon.
Right, but if he put like black on his mouth and then started shucking and driving, yeah, then it would be blackface. Right?
Man. The only thing that looks like blackface to me, the only blackface shit that I was just like, was the what was that shit from the 90s? Where I was like, I can't believe this nigga's doing this shit. It was Ted Danson.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, that is blackface.
Yeah,
well, that and homie in Short Circuit, who was pretending to be Indian, and they like darkened his skin.
Oh,
too.
Fisher Stevens. Yeah. Yeah, Fisher. Shout out to Fisher Stevens, bro.
Yo. Does he have to apologize every time he sees an Indian person?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like every time he's like out in public, it's like, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yo, I can't believe Whoopi let that shit fly too. That was what hurts more. I'm like, yo, Whoopi, like, have some fucking self-respect. God damn.
So that must have meant that Ted Danson's dick was so good. She was laying down pipe so good that she's like, ooh.
You said it, not me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You said that shit, not me. I ain't.
Whoopi Goldberg was like that dick though.
Yeah, nah.
It's that Becker. Give me that Becker.
Oh shit.
All right, let's get into our main review.
What do we start with?
I guess let's start with fucking damn, bro, it's been a minute. We've seen so many movies. Let's start with Legend of Ochi, since that shit's playing in theaters now nationwide. Came out limited last week.
Okay.
I liked it. It's weird. Like, it's weird as fuck. I would also say this is A24 Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Would I recommend people see this? I don't know. It's weird as fuck though.
Yeah, it feels like a Turkish or Eastern European version of a Spielberg film. It's dirty, it's weird, but the practical effects are amazing. The use of is it animation or is it like miniatures?
Those are all puppets. Like, it took 8 years to make this movie because they built miniatures and puppets.
Okay,
and they did a lot of the shit is matte paintings too.
Yeah, oh, wow. So yeah, like it mixes a lot of media. Look,
no CG.
See, there you go. There's it may seem like a kid's film, but it is certainly not for children.
Oh no, you can take kids to see this shit.
I don't know. It's kind of scary and violent, man. It's like it's 80s kids film.
It is not that bad. It is not that fucking bad.
But like, people are gonna go into this thinking one thing, and they are totally gonna get something else.
So is it kind of like the Goonies, where like they actually have adults pointing guns at kids?
Sort of.
I think some of the kids have guns.
Yeah, the kids have guns. Yeah, the kids have guns.
Yeah, the kids.
Well, it's William Dafoe. William Dafoe is raising an army of kids to kill these creatures, these Ochi.
Okay.
Right. And little do we know, you find out later in the movie, humans and Ochi used to live side by side.
Okay.
And the only reason why these motherfuckers are hunting Ochi is because Ochi have to eat, and they just be eating the cows and the sheep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like real dirty, real Eastern European. When I say dirty, it's like everybody's just dirty, like
Yo,
covered in filth.
they found the lead character, the girl. I don't know what her name is. I don't remember her name, but she is
Right.
ultra Slavic looking. Like they went to like they were like, let's go find the most Slavic looking girl from the most European country we can.
And like, it's hard to tell if the character is a boy or a girl
At first, but it's a girl.
first.
It's a
Right,
girl.
it's definitely a girl by the end, but in the beginning, it's like, is this just a long haired white?
Yo,
This
they
is a
make
long-haired
Emily
white?
Watson look crazy too. Like Emily Watson looks fucking like she is a gypsy.
Yeah, I'm just now looking up the actress's name. I have no idea how you would pronounce her.
How many
last name.
umlauts are in it? And like how many circles above whatever?
Helena Zengel?
Oh, that's not horribly. That's not horrible.
Yeah, the booger almost made me throw up though.
Yeah,
Like that was disgusting. This chick, when her and the Ochi starts bonding, she just digs for gold and just whips out the nastiest booger. I'm like, Jesus fuck.
yeah, and like that's the only part of the film I didn't like.
Yeah, same.
Right. Everything else, I would suggest going in and getting high. Like
it's
go high.
Yeah, it's based like parts of it feels like it's from Wes Anderson. Parts of it feels like it's from the Coens.
Yeah.
But like it all really feels like a Spielberg movie. Like A24 did a Spielberg movie, but it's still weird as fuck.
Right. Like it's enjoyable. Would I put it in my favorites? No. Would I actively see it again? Maybe once more. But it's not
I'll definitely watch it again once it hits fucking HBO Max.
Right. Like I'd see it once more, but it's not one that I'm gonna keep on returning back to. If someone were to tell me like The Legend of Ochi was one of their favorite movies, and it like especially someone younger, it was like, oh, I was inspired by Legend of Ochi. It's like I get it, 100%. I get it.
It's a nice hour and a half. Like it gets to the point and it's over. Like it doesn't outstay its welcome. I was like, thank God.
Yeah, I mean it's weird as fuck. They don't try to even in the marketing, what limited marketing they have, they don't try to hide the fact that this is like a strange ass movie, right? But it's as strange as it is. You've seen the story before, right? And that's not a diss. You know, it's classic fantasy. Classic. Outsider meets another outsider, and it's if Mac and Me were good.
Okay.
It reminds me a lot of E.T. honestly. Yeah. Like it's just their version of E.T.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not mad at it. Like I liked it a lot. I really did. I honestly I think I like it better than Friendship.
And I get that. We're going to talk about Friendship. And yeah, if I had to put Legend of Ochi up against Friendship, Legend of Ochi, right? Except for the booger scene. And that's only because Legend of Ochi did not make me question reality.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get it. Let's get into it now. My problem with Friendship is that motherfucker is just a little too long.
It's
an hour and 40 minutes.
It seems so much longer.
Yeah, it seemed like it was 2 hours, and it's only an hour and 40 minutes.
Seems so much longer.
It does feel like a sketch stretched into a movie.
Right. And like, here's the thing. It's funny, ?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you should laugh. Right? And, in our screening, the ones that all of us went to, people were fucking dying laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's humorous, but it's not actually nearly as funny as his show, right?
Oh, I've only seen parts of the show.
And I think the comedy really comes in this movie is because Tim Robinson is being Tim Robinson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is playing it straight for the most part.
It gets to a point where I'm just like, why do people keep putting up with this motherfucker? Like, it got to, and that was like, I want to say like the first 45 minutes into the movie where I'm just like, why are people putting up with this guy? It really does feel like a skit stretched out into a movie. It also feels like somebody decided to take King of Comedy and make it into an actual comedy.
But even then, like, there's the only like completely straight man in the movie to me is really Kate Mara, who plays his wife, because like if you stop and think about it, in like the first 30-45 minutes when like Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson's characters are becoming friends, there's like moments where Paul Rudd's character will call him while Tim Robinson's at work. He's like, yo, you're not doing anything, let's go hang out. And then they're fucking picking mushrooms. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you just met this dude.
Yeah, I mean, but even Kate Mara isn't totally 100% straight, because it's the whole entire sequence where she gets lost in the aqueduct. And
she's also kissing her son on the mouth too.
Right. It's like, I finally had an orgasm in the tunnels while I was alone. It's like, ugh. Yeah. It's humorous, and I think you're laughing because it's just so fucking awkward.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It felt like real life in that respect, where something is just so like, what the fuck just happened, that your body and your mind can't process it. So like you just default to yeah.
I feel like that's why so much of it felt so long, just because a lot of the bits, it's like you mentioned, like everybody in our audience was laughing, but like if you've been near anybody like that or in situations like that for like several periods of your life or just any extended period of time, you're like, nah, this shit's not funny. This is like real life sometimes.
Yeah. Listen, I work with a motherfucker like that now.
Like
we were talking about that yesterday.
Everybody has that one person who's just like, yo, look, I will see you on Monday. And they're like, well, come on. Don't you want to hang? You're just like, no, I'll see you on Monday, dude.
We are work acquaintances.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even then, this dude I'm talking about, I don't even like fucking with him as a work acquaintance. I told people, I was like, yo, don't pair me up with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's so bad that even my bosses are just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, they have to put him by himself. This is a 45, 50-year-old man.
Yeah, there's some stories Brandon was telling me yesterday about this dude, and I was smacked when he was telling me, and I was laughing my ass off. But even in my state, I was like, nah, there ain't no way this dude's like normal, bro. Like, that's not normal human behavior.
This nigga is Puerto Rican or Dominican. I can't really tell. Anyways, I'll never forget, me and Matt, my boy Matt, we were talking about fucking rap music. And then he just butts into our conversation and asks us how many concerts we've been to. And we both said, like, you know, close to 100, maybe over 100. Because we go, you know, festivals and shit like that, right?
Right. You know,
and when I was going to concerts, they were relatively affordable. They were like $80, $100 a ticket. This motherfucker starts going off about, I've never been to a rap concert. Mind you, he dresses like a hood nigga, talks like a hood nigga. And he's just like, you know what you guys need to go see? And we're like, what? He goes, Dave Matthews. There'd be mad girls at Dave Matthews concerts. And mind you, Matt is one of the whitest people ever. And Matt turns and looks at me like, is this nigga serious? And I said to Matt, and I said as loud so he could hear me. And it didn't even register with this motherfucker. I just go, only thing happening at Dave Matthews concerts is called casualties. And Matt's white as fuck. And you know what Matt did? Matt was fucking wiping tears out his eyes. He was laughing so much. And this nigga, he heard that shit and it didn't even register with him. He just kept going about how fucking good Dave Matthews is. And I'm just like, and then because we like rap music and we're talking about rap music, he tries talking to us about battle rap. He's like, you guys listen and watch the battle rap? And we're looking at each other like, no, nigga, like no.
I mean, just because.
Yo, the worst thing is, we have the simplest job on earth, and this nigga makes it so difficult that the bosses are just like, yo, he has to work by himself because this shit's insane. This shit's insane. They're like me and Matt had to explain it, and Matt is a supervisor, mind you, and he's explaining, and I told Matt like why I'm like, yo, this is fucking a pain in my ass, and even Matt's like, bro, why are you doing it like this? This just shit makes no sense, and then he gets to a point where he starts explaining like, well, if you get to a colder sack, and then Matt goes, okay, all right, Anthony, you found the one fucking situation where your fucked up way of doing this works.
I feel like what both of you were saying, like, it kind of illustrates that one, I guess, interesting and cool aspect of this movie is that, like, depending on your life experiences, it's gonna paint a completely different perception and lens and viewing of this movie.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Like there's parts of this movie where I just had my head down because it's just so hard to watch. Like this is like the new king of cringe cinema.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like there's parts where I'm watching this and I want to yell at the screen. Just don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
like everything will be all right. He was good too, right? He like when he crashed through the window the first time, and he made that joke, right?
Yeah,
like that should have solidified him, right? It's like, all right, this motherfucker's goofy, but he's funny.
But then he does shit, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like
the soap,
the soap, the sucker punch. I'm like, bro, like as soon as that happened, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
When he fucking hops the fence the first time, I'm like, what?
And the gun.
Yeah.
The like, why are you taking this motherfucker's gun?
Gold plated.
Right? Like.
Yo, listen, no offense, but like, me personally, after the first hang with Paul Rudd, I just wouldn't hang with somebody like that again. Like, yo, you're going to take me into a fucking sewer system? I'm good.
I mean, look, it seemed like it was all good, right? For me until like those motherfuckers started singing, and it's like, oh, you're some barbershop quartet motherfucker.
And then the boxing match, I'm like, bro, I've hung out with fucking toxic masculinity men. None of us ever sat there and was just like, hey, you guys want to box each other?
I have hung out with actual MMA dudes, right? And not there once where any of them like, hey, you want to spar?
Yeah.
Like never. Like, and these dudes, these are beat ass niggas who make their money beating niggas' asses. And it's like not once were they like, oh, let's get it in.
I would have went home to Kate Mara and I would have been like, yo, listen, there's a reason why I don't have friends because I just hung out with him. He's a good dude, but that's just not my type of thing, bro. Like the shit they do, just a little too much for me.
Right. But it's the soap in the mouth. I'm sorry.
I'm a bad boy.
I'm a bad boy.
I'm a bad boy.
I was like, I'm visibly, my muscles are contracting because it's like, just stop it. Don't. Oh, you're gonna double down? You're gonna put another piece in there?
Yo, I mean, Paul Rudd does some shit in this movie too, where I'm just like, and his big secret, where I'm just like, oh wow, okay,
yeah.
It's crazy too because that whole first hangout scene, especially when it got to the soap part, everybody was rolling in the theater. I'm like, oh my god.
That as funny as it was also hard to watch because it goes on for so long, and I'm just like, yo, can this please be over? Can we move past this point?
And you know what? Like, it just came to mind. Everyone who was laughing so hard had never actually hung out with white people.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they were all white themselves.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't. Everyone in there was white that was laughing. They didn't realize they were hanging out with white people, right? As an other, like who's hung out, like actively, like, yeah, I'm hanging out with white people. This is like, yeah, this is some white people shit.
Yeah,
like they will do that shit.
Yeah, yeah. It makes me glad that I'm not friends with Anthony. Why I don't fuck with him. He comes up to me like, "Yay, bro," and I'm just like, "Leave me alone. Go the fuck away." Because I have a feeling like he seems like Paul Robinson or Tim Robinson in this shit.
Yeah, and the fact that I mean, yes, he is right. There are mad women at a Dave Matthews concert. I will give him that. but I don't think, from what you've told me, he's pulling anything.
I mean, bro, he complains about money, and I'm like, if you're that hard up for money, get another job. And then he's also just like, man, these child support payments are killing me. And I'm like, if you have child support payments, what the fuck are you doing working here?
So, well, let's go back. Someone let him nut in her.
Look,
that's the same thing with Tim Robinson's character in
Right.
Friendship. I'm like, how are y'all together?
That's the one thing everybody says is like, wait, why are you two together?
Right, and that's not his kid.
Oh no,
that's not his kid. This motherfucker got dark hair, just like what Julius, whatever.
I love the recurring joke throughout the movie though about how everybody's seen the new Marvel except for him. He's like, yeah, I heard the new Marvel's crazy. It's nuts. Let's go see it. And they're like, hey, I already seen it. You guys seen the new Marvel? Thanos did some crazy shit. Hey, don't say it. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Andrew DeYoung, he's a sicko. This is his directorial debut. He wrote it and directed. You're a sicko, bro.
Right, and here's the thing. I don't know how much of this was ad-libbed by Tim Robinson or how much of it was written by, was it Andre is his name? Yeah.
I thought it was Andrew DeYoung.
Oh, maybe it could be Andrew. But if this was all scripted and written, how was this dude able to get into Tim Robinson's head so much?
Yeah, I remember me and you were talking about that after the screening because that was the biggest shock to me when I saw it during the credits. It was not written at all by Tim Robinson. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what I was surprised too because the parts I've seen of his show, I'm like, oh yeah, this is Tim Robinson, and then to see that he did not write it, I'm like, that's fucking nuts.
Right. So like, there's two sickos going around, and but here's the thing, it's not like I didn't like the movie, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know how much I liked it, right?
Yeah absolutely.
Like it could be like it's just fine, or this shit's maybe too future for me, right? Maybe on like a rewatch 10 years from now after I've recovered, I'll appreciate the subtle majesty of the whole entire thing.
I really don't want to ever watch this movie again, quite frankly. It's like King of Comedy. Like I've seen King of Comedy twice. Once the first time, and then the second time watching it with my brother, I was just like, it really couldn't coalesce the second time how fucking horrific that movie is, and just like, ugh. I had the same feeling watching that as I did watching this.
Okay, and that's honestly that's
like
that's fair.
King of Comedy is a more violent movie than fucking Taxi Driver.
100%.
And Taxi Driver has more violence in it. And the only reason I say it's more violent is because, Rupert Pumpkin is so unhinged. Like the shit he's doing, I'm like, bro, this is violent in a different way that at least I get where Travis Bickle's coming from, even though he's a disturbed piece of shit. Rupert Pumpkin is just another level of dangerous, like a completely new level of dangerous.
So here's the thing. Taxi Driver, the violence is on the screen. King of Comedy, it feels like the audience is being attacked.
Yes. And you want, and just like this movie, you're just like, can you please just stop, bro?
Right.
Like, just fucking stop. That's all it takes is just to fucking stop. And he can't stop.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with this. It's like, bro, just stop, man. Like, fucking stop, please.
All you had, and it's all you had to do was not do this one thing.
Yeah.
Right. Just don't be you. Right. If you're not you for 30 seconds, everything's going to work out okay.
Yeah, look, people like I tell you what, guys, this is you think this is a work of fiction, but there's people out there like this.
Right. And I can get why people are saying, like, some of the pull quotes are like, oh, this is horrifying. It was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, not horrifying and then like, oh shit, I shit my pants is horrifying as like, oh, there are people like this existing,
Yeah.
running around in power, signing executive orders.
And that's the thing too, is that you said in power, and like not even the president, just like I forget the homie who was like added people to the Signal group chat. They found out
Pete
he was using.
Hegseth.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth was using an unsecured security internet connection for that Signal channel. They found out. They're like, yeah, he was using like unknown Wi-Fi connection that had no security on it whatsoever.
He was using Starbucks open Wi-Fi to fucking bomb Libya.
Well, if you guys want to know something even crazier, I saw this morning Stephen Miller. I don't know how that motherfucker managed to crawl his way back, but Stephen Miller said that everybody on the Supreme Court is a terrorist because they are going against Trump's orders. And I'm just like, half of the motherfuckers on the Supreme Court were appointed by Trump.
Or another Republican.
And the fact that they're blocking his shit, I mean, I don't know, even if his shit is too extreme, even for them, nigga, it's that you're the terrorist, motherfucker, not them.
They are actually doing
their fucking jobs, yeah.
Right. Like
the dude who funneled beer and was proud about it. I drink beer. Or the chick who just did not know a goddamn thing. Even they're just like, yeah, we're not doing this shit.
Right.
I mean, what do we expect? Pete Hegseth yesterday said, yeah, they need to add a makeup studio to the Pentagon.
I'm sorry?
He said he wants them to add a full makeup studio to the Pentagon.
Why do you need to be made up before taking a meeting about national security?
Because he was literally a TV news host for Fox. Homie, that's all he knows is television. That's why he was using unsecured internet connections, bro. It's just the internet to him.
Wait, wasn't he in the military for like...
Okay. No, he never served.
I thought he got kicked out at least. So he's... See, this is...
Yo, I could run the CIA then.
Hold on, let me check.
Let me run the CIA, dog. I'll be doing tenant missions. I'll be like, yo, listen, we found some new technology. I'm gonna send y'all niggas back in time.
Look, if that's let me have Homeland Security. I'll make this motherfucker secure like a nigga, like a motherfucker. Like I'm fucking stop and frisk everybody. If you're wearing khakis, you're a domestic terrorist.
Jeff, you're right. He was in the National Guard and he was security at Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, well, not exactly the motherfucker I would trust.
I mean, he's not exactly SEAL Team 6, but
yeah,
he's like
literally,
he's the Secretary of Defense.
He was literally in charge of hell on earth. Okay, all right.
Oh no, he wasn't in charge of the security. He just worked security there.
Either way, that place is hell on earth. It got shut down for a fucking reason.
Well, it's open now. Sending citizens there.
Oh yeah. It's like apparently they're saying like, don't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. If we want to send you there, we're gonna send you there. I'm like,
yeah, the homegrowns are next, are the direct quote.
Nah, nigga, nah. This is how civil war breaks out, bro. Because once you start sending white people down there, all right, nigga, like. The guns come out.
So I'm going to sit back and just let these motherfuckers. We all told you.
It's literally going to be civil war where niggas come up to me and be like, you know, there's a giant civil war going on. And be like, yeah.
It's like,
just like that white chick in the movie. Like, yeah, I know that shit's going on. I'm trying to make my money. Fuck you.
Right? It's like, oh, is there a civil war? Why are you upset, white people? Did someone take away your Starbucks?
You know what? It's crazy because that's how that would work too. Because I remember during the Canada wildfires, I was working in Jersey City at the time, so I was right across the river from Manhattan, and that shit got smoky to the point like smoke was coming into our building, and people were having asthma attacks, and people asked the head of my department, they're like, "Yo, are we going to leave early?" And one person's like, yo, my kid's school is about to get out. I can't stay. I got to go get my kid. And she's like, nah, like, because they're based in California, so they're used to earthquakes and wildfires and everything. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I'm going to go use the bathroom. And as I'm walking to the bathroom, she's telling one of the managers of my department, she's like, would you go tell them what's happening so they can calm down, please. I was like, bitch, the sky's literally orange.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
looking like
smoke coming
Blade
into the
Runner
building.
outside.
Yeah.
Straight up looking like Blade Runner. You know what I'm saying?
But
So that's just how it is in real life. There could be a natural disaster going on. They're like, motherfucker, we got money to make. What you
right,
mean?
it's like, she's just looking at you like, oh, you must be new, right?
It's crazy too, because that was literally my first month on the job.
Right, like all us minorities, the ones who don't think we're white, are like, oh, is this your first civil unrest? Is this the first time that you feel attacked?
Yo, man, I'm telling you, the end of Civil War is gonna come true eventually. Where this nigga is gonna be, because he's starting to sell merch on his site saying Trump 2028. Like he's already selling merch for that shit. And so,
Jesus.
you know, the end of Civil War is gonna be true, where they pull that nigga out from under the desk. He's like, "Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me!" And they're just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
God damn, bro.
Apparently he's starting to make Trump 2032 merch as well. I'm like, nigga, you really think you're gonna be alive in 2032? You really think there's gonna be an America in 2032?
I mean, look, the hamburgers alone is going to kill him. Like, but you don't have to worry about an assassin. The assassin is Ronald McDonald.
I love how a couple of weeks ago the doctors put out his fucking annual checkup and he said his weight was 230. I was just like, nigga, if you're 230, that means I'm 190. Get the fuck
Right?
out of here.
If he's 230, I'm Eldris Elba.
And he's 6'2". I'm like, that nigga is not 6'2". Get the fuck out of here, man.
He's 6 on a good day, maybe.
Bro, if somebody pushed him to the ground, it would take him like 2 weeks to recover from that shit.
Dog,
Fuck
I'm
out of
like
here.
212. What do you mean 230? Yeah, I'm like 212.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like 230. That nigga is nowhere near 230. Like, we all see the fucking pot belly.
Fucking like, I'm 230, right?
Get
Like,
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I just thought about that. I'm like, ain't no way I'm only like 20 pounds lighter than him, bro.
Here's the test. Can you see your dick? Can he see his dick?
I mean, at least I can. I may be a fat boy, but at least I can still see my dick.
Like, I don't think he's seen his dick since I don't know, the 80s.
Baron?
Like since Baron. Oh my God, everything's horrible.
Yeah, man. I saw. Yo, listen. There's only been a couple of people in his family sticking it out with him this time. Like, I was like, yo, his wife disappeared. Even
where's
his
Ivanka?
daughter? Yeah, his daughter's just like, she disappeared. I feel like these niggas just don't want to be a part of this shit no more.
Right, because they have to navigate in the world.
Yeah,
right?
it's literally Don Jr. and Eric standing by his side. Everybody else is just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I've never met men with daddy issues so severe.
I mean, he had daddy issues too. His dad didn't love him. His dad was too busy doing KKK shit in Queens.
But they're not racist. He's not racist.
Right.
Well, to tie it back to friendship, that all this kind of reminds me of that dude who's the firefighter who comes in and is like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't do shit for your wife. And then the punchline for him was him making a speech about Afghanistan.
We should have never left Afghanistan.
Yeah. Yo, that nigga got on the chair at the party. Like, not even that firefighter dude, but even Tim Robinson's character. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like he cannot, and that I know people like that who can't stand to not be the center of attention.
Yeah.
Even though you're not interesting.
But it's not even attention in a good way, bro. It's just gonna make you look. Make people hate you more.
Right, just like it's not even like, hey, I'm this cool guy. It's just like, just look at me, I exist.
Yeah, man.
So friendship, it'll be funny to some, it'll be triggering to others, and that they could take that as a pull quote.
If you want to see it once. You know what I'm saying? See it once. Because I know people, there's going to be people who are going to love this and see it multiple times, and I get it. But, like, for us normal people, This is a one and done. Like
Right.
I never need to watch this shit again.
And I like his show. Like I honestly like I Should Be Leaving.
Yo, the hot dog skit still cracks me up because I watch that shit on YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
Where he just crashes the hot dog car into the shop. He's like, and he's dressed as a hot dog. We have to find whoever did this as he's going around the store stealing. We have to find whoever's doing this. This is unacceptable. And everybody's looking at him like, bro, you're dressed as a hot dog and the car's a hot dog and you're stealing. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like I like Tim Robinson as a comedian. I think I'm one of the only people who actually watched Detroiters.
The fuck was that?
Detroiters is the one that he did with Sam Richardson. It's a sitcom where there are two ad execs in Detroit. It's on Netflix. You watch it. You'll watch a couple of episodes once you get the Netflix back on. Like, and I kind of liked that show. So it's not like I'm not a fan of his comedy. It's just, it's honestly 2 hours is too much for that without a punchline.
I really think the name of his Netflix show should have been the name of this movie, which is I Think You Should Leave. Like that this should be the title of this fucking movie.
Yeah, I think I think you should.
Definitely see it with the audience because I think if that was like a smaller screening, if it was like only like 20 people, that would have been one of the most awkward viewings of a movie.
Bro, there's people I know who, well, I don't personally know, but people I'm familiar with have seen this more than once already, and I'm just like, I don't know how you sit through this again.
Right, but like
people giving it 4 stars on Letterboxd, and I'm just like, relax.
I mean, like I'll give it a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I gave it 3 because you could go up to 5 stars on Letterboxd, and that's exactly what I gave it. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Right.
Same.
That's as high as it's gonna get for me.
Like I guess it's not bad. It's just not for me.
Yes. Like it's funny as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but also I just don't want to ever watch this shit again. If I'm gonna watch this shit again, I might as well watch King of Comedy.
Yeah. And like Trey, you are right. Like watching this alone is
torture.
It's an endurance test alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But yeah, if you watch it with people, I think the conversation that will arise and the shared experience would make it better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So for a movie that I'm only giving 3.5 stars, I'm going to say, yeah, go to a movie theater and see this with other people, because if you see it alone, you might need to talk to your doctor afterwards and up your Prozac.
Maybe I should give a copy of this to Anthony and be like, yo, watch this. 2 of these people are based off of you, bro.
Guess which ones?
Nah, bro. If somebody hands me this and says watch it, I can't talk to them ever again. I'd be like, yo, what are you trying to say, bro?
What the fuck's wrong with what the fuck I do to you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gotta have a long talk.
Listen. I forgot to I'm gonna say this real quick. There was one day I walked in and we were talking about our coworkers. I was like, yeah, I'm cool with everybody except for the one nigga. And they were just like, oh, the one nigga who talks a lot. And I was like, who do you think I'm thinking of? And they're like, yeah, Anthony. I was like, yeah. And we all started going in. And then as soon as we finished, this nigga walks in and our fucking boss goes, speak of the devil, and he appears. And he just looks around like, what? And so this nigga starts talking to the boss. And he's talking so much that eventually she starts you could tell she's not listening and she's doing other shit because she has to prepare for the day. Our supervisor walks in and just sees him sitting there talking, and he just straight up just goes, bro, who are you talking to? And me and Alicia, my coworker, we both look at each other and start busting out laughing. Like we were laughing so hard she had to leave the room. And he turns around and looks at me like, what's so funny?
So this dude you're talking about, he seems like a 3 or 4. Wow, that's crazy.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly that.
You know what I'm talking about? Like when you don't want to talk to somebody, but you're like, you're being forcibly held hostage.
Yeah.
And you're not listening, like, Wow, that's crazy. He
Or you
seems
go,
like a three.
you pull the camera on, or you just go, yeah, you right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you right.
Yeah. So he seems like a 3 or 4. Wow.
Let me tell you how bad shit it was. There was one time we were all in the van coming back from the site that we were working on that day. We're all in the van. It's 6 p.m. on a Friday, mind you, right? Because we clock out at 7. 6 p.m. on a Friday. In the work chat, somebody posted something frivolous, like, and none of us were gonna respond. He wasn't working that day. 6 p.m. on a Friday in the work chat. He saw that one message and took that as an invitation to write a whole fucking essay and just send it. And we're all looking at each other like, nigga, it's 6 p.m. on a Friday and you're not here. What the fuck are you doing in the work chat writing this fucking half a page essay? What the fuck is going on?
Was it about work or was it about his day?
A little bit of both. It was about his life experiences and the job.
If you are not paying me to talk about work,
I'm saying, bro, it is 11 a.m. on a Friday right now. Do you think I'm not working today? Do you think I'm gonna open this motherfucker to talk to people?
I would look. I would check it and say, "Am I fired? Nope. Okay, cool."
Yeah, or is the schedule up for next week, or am I
Right.
working, or whatever? And that's it.
That's it. I'm not responding. I'm not like engaging. It's like, Carl's right. There's one time at the Dave Matthews concert.
Yo, the one time he fucking wrote a whole introduction to himself in the work chat, and we're all just like, what the fuck? Where he's like, hey, my name's Anthony Figueroa, but you could call me Fig. I have ADHD. And started going on, and we're all looking at this shit like,
you name checked him. So now everybody who listens to this is gonna be like, Facebook, Anthony Figueroa. Actually, I'm doing that shit right now.
You know what? I'm
Keep
gonna leave
talking.
it in. I'm just gonna leave it in because who gives a shit, bro? I fucking
Man,
bro gets on everybody's nerves. Where we're just like, yo, please, just like Jesus Christ.
This is the first time I've been on Facebook in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck Facebook, man. Goddamn fucking.
See. All right, so I mean, I got nothing else.
All right, yeah, I don't have anything either. Let's move on to our next movie. I guess we should talk about what else we got? Another Simple Favor. So Jeff didn't like the first one. I liked the first one.
It was fine. I got the third act made the movie worth it for me. Like the third, because I hated Anna Kendrick all the way up until she started fucking Henry Golding.
I mean, she has big nervous energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why she has that nervous I talk a lot energy, and I can't shut up. I get that.
Yeah. So but it wasn't until she started fucking relaxing and taking.
That's why I like the movie, because her character has growth, bro. She goes into this frumpy, nervous mommy to this self-confident, sexy woman.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. I just if I didn't have to watch the first one, I wouldn't have, right? And I wouldn't have stuck it through, but I'm glad I did. Another Simple Favor, I enjoyed immensely. This was fun for me, and I really want a movie where Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively are just chilling out. I don't want a murder mystery or anything like that. I just kind of love their chemistry together. That that frenemies bullshit.
I'll be real with you. I like the first one better, and I think I don't know. This is a good movie, and it is an entertaining, fun sequel. For me personally, though, I just didn't like that we've brought everybody in the first one back, because I was just like, this probably would have been better served if it was just Anna Kendrick doing a new mystery. I would love to see her just as this mommy detective, like have it like the old noirs, like you know how there's like 50 like noir stories with one character because the case changes, like the Coentennial, like Sam Spade, the Coentennial op, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike Hammer, where it's just them doing fucking hard boiled cases and it changes. Like I don't know how. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a good movie. I just don't think it's as good as the first one. And like, if it wasn't for the fact that Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick have chemistry, this shit would not work. In my opinion.
100%. Like, especially, I stopped caring about the mystery halfway through
because it's so convoluted. At least the mystery in the first one was small and it made sense. This shit just gets so overblown. You're just like, bro, how do we get here? And then it gets to a point where I'm just like, if I'm at the wedding, I would not believe that this small bitch did all this shit. I'd be like, yo, something's up. Either y'all are framing her or y'all are just fucking stupid. And I hate that type of shit.
I mean, the leaps in logic are fucking Evel Knievel crossing the fucking Grand Canyon, right? Like, but my favorite scene, honestly, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick on the airplane, right? In the back room.
Yeah.
Just fucking flirting and fighting verbally, right? Because I just want to see that friendship throughout the entire film.
That was the best mystery in the film, is why did Blake invite her back? Because the whole time we're thinking, like, when is she gonna kill this bitch? Because literally she even says, she's like, oh, you think I'm out for revenge because you destroyed my life? And I'm like, well, yeah, why? You have no other reason to want this bitch around. And then when you find out the reason at the end of the movie, I'm like, oh, that's actually refreshing for once.
Right. Yeah. And let's give it to Blake Lively. I really don't know what's going on with that Jason Baldoni bullshit. Cause what?
Justin.
Yeah. Whatever. I have kept out of that because I don't give a fuck.
Yo, they both seem like terrible people, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But Blake Lively is an amazing actress in this role.
Yeah, she's sexy as fuck in this motherfucker.
She's sexy as fuck, but the subtlety in her performance, in her face, right? It's like, okay, she's actually trying. She's having fun, but she's trying.
I just talked about Jackpot and how bad that was. I was just like, this is more in Paul Feig's Real House. I was like, see, this is the Paul Feig I like and missed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's beautifully shot, you know, in Italy. Like, I want to be rich in a small Italian fishing village.
Didn't I say during White Lotus, when we were doing White Lotus recaps, how I just want to get rich and crash out with my dick out?
Yeah. That's my goal, is just to be not in America and rich.
Yeah, like, I want people to, like, I want to be crashed out, like, slumped over with my dick out, and somebody's like, Brandon, my God, you got to cover yourself up. And I'm like, leave me! As I'm pissing myself.
Mind you, that doesn't happen in this movie. We're just saying that's what Brandon wants.
I'm trying to pull a Jason Isaacs or fucking Walton Goggins.
Yo, so segue. Walton is hosting the first SNL.
No. Quinta's hosting next week, and then it's Walton Goggins, and then
that's right, segue.
And then it's going to be, I forget. Scarlett. It's going to be Scarlett and Bad Bunny closing out the season.
All right. I am putting this out there to the universe right now. I'm going to tag our friends at Rough House. I'm going to see if I can get Walton to come on the show for just a second.
Yeah, and get us in there. Get us into SNL. Like, I want to stand. Right. I want to be standing next to, because, you know, the celebrities. Sometimes they get seats, and sometimes they just stand the whole show.
Right.
I'll stand the whole fucking
stand.
show. I don't really care about sitting in them tight ass seats. I'll stand. I will stand. Actually, you know what? Just give me a folding chair. You know what I'm saying? Give me a folding chair because I just realized I'll probably fuck around and do an edible, and I'm gonna want to sit down.
Put me on the fucking crew. I'll push a button.
Oh yeah,
right?
nigga.
So yeah, I'm putting this out to the universe. The film blurs are actively trying to get Walton while he's in New York.
But back to another simple favor. I will say the one thing that's whack about this one is that it sets up for a third, and I would absolutely watch a third, but I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like, can we just have a movie end?
Yes, can we have a movie end? And because talking about how the third movie could happen,
that's spoilers.
It was spoilers, right? But it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's not dumb. It's lazy. Like, yeah, it's actually it's lazy act.
It's stupid. It is dumb. Just because you're just like, why though? Why? There's no way this would happen in real life.
Right, and then it's like now I got to go back and find that one throwaway line in the first one that makes this make sense. Right?
I guess it's
because because that's the completest to me. Is like, does this actually make sense? So now I got to go back to the first one. Is like, is there a mention of this?
I also had a problem with the reveals in this movie because the reveals they do in this movie, they take from the first one and just ramp it up to 10, where I'm just like, it made sense the first time. I believe it the first time, but now y'all pulling this shit again on some real fucking dumbass levels, bro.
Right. So like, we do like the movie, right? But like, we're not gonna sugarcoat the bullshit. Also, Jean Smart has been replaced. I guess she was in the middle of doing hacks. So
yeah, because she was the mom.
Right, she was the mom. I thought it was funny how they the line that they use.
Yeah, you look different. Why you look so different?
Right, and it's like, all right, at least they leaned into it. Okay.
They replaced her with Elizabeth Perkins, and like, not for nothing, Elizabeth Perkins ain't no slouch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love Jean Smart, but I think Elizabeth Perkins was better.
Oh yeah. Like, yo, listen, Elizabeth Perkins is a great actress when she was one of the best things about the Flintstones movie.
I forgot that she was in the Flintstones movie. I forgot that there was a Flint. I forgot that there were two Flintstones movies.
Yeah, that was Spielberg's passion project.
Really?
Yeah. John Goodman tells that story where he's like, I was so excited to work with Spielberg, and because he was in Always. He was just like, I was so excited to work with Spielberg, and then I get to set, my first day on set, Spielberg trots me out in front of the whole cast and crew and just goes, before we start shooting this movie, I just want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a round of applause to our next Fred Flintstone. And that motherfucker just looked at him like,
oh, you set me up.
You motherfucker. Because he was offered Fred Flintstone, and he said, no.
Right.
He's like, no. Like, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh.
And Spielberg tricked him. He's like, hey.
I gotta give it up to Spielberg. That's big dick energy.
No, that's fucked up, man.
That's like, I don't give a fuck what you want. I'm Steven motherfucking Spielberg.
Like that, he straight up said, he's like, I did not want to put on that orange tunic. I didn't want to put on that blue tie, and I got fucking tricked into doing that shit.
Yo, but that's some Spielberg shit. Like when he flew fucking Jean de Bont flew in to yell at him about Twisters.
Well, I mean, he was fucking up. Let's be real.
Right. But you know what I'm saying? That's some big dick energy. Like that's some Master of the Universe shit.
Those are two separate situations. Like Jean de Bont was literally putting people in danger to the point where like you're just like, yeah, nigga, like.
But that's power. That is power wielding though, right? Like just casting this motherfucker in a movie, right? Just so you can get him in another movie
that you're not even directing. He has nothing other than an executive producer credit on,
right?
Which is wild.
That's some Master of the Universe shit.
Yeah, exactly. Trey, I'm with you. That face you just made, I'm with you right there. I'm like, bro, you're not even a producer. You're an executive producer. Get the fuck
I mean,
out of here.
I don't know why I'm so surprised though. He made Michael Crichton write another Jurassic Park book and then didn't even adapt that book. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Thanks for writing another book, bitch.
Michael Crichton. I remember him and Michael Crichton were arguing for like a whole ass month where Michael's just like, I have literally nothing else to say. I don't do sequels. I write a book and then I move on to the next story. I don't do fucking sequels.
Well, yeah. Spielberg says otherwise.
Yeah, well, it worked out in both their favors, huh? Really helped them both out, huh? Because like people hate both the book and the movie. So
I like The Lost World.
I like the movie too, but like let's be real, like come on, man.
I mean, except for when they actually get to San Diego.
Yeah. There's mad racist shit in that. To have the Japanese people running from the T-Rex, I'm like, yo, Steve. Just do a fucking Godzilla movie at that point.
And like the fact that Jeff Goldblum's daughter is black for no reason.
That don't bother me.
It bothers me just because like, come on, man, like that was shoehorned in.
Well, I mean, he even says he's like, I am one of your fucking many kids.
Oh Jesus, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I fuck with The Lost World. Yeah, especially the fucking the tall grass scene.
Nah, my favorite is the fucking the bus where they're trapped in the bus. That's Master Spielberg.
I mean, honestly, people been aping that bus shit since it came. That's fucking true. Even the last Mission Impossible kind of aped that shit.
Maybe that's why I didn't like that shit. Maybe that's why. On top of that shit being so cartoonish. Like, that shit was straight out of a Looney Tunes movie. But now that you said that shit, I'm like, yeah, maybe that's why I hated that shit.
Yeah, like, when it, like...
The effects are better in The Lost World than they are in fucking Mission Impossible.
100%. Yeah, but, like, ever since Spielberg did that whole entire fucking trailer scene in The Lost World, I compare every other, like, train or bus or whatever like that hanging off a cliff shit to The Lost World.
Well, that's the problem. The problem with Dead Reckoning Part...
He did it too good.
Well, the problem also with Dead Reckoning Part 1 is they just took the climax of the first movie and amped it up by 100, and it was more thrilling and more satisfying the first time around. 32 years earlier than it is now.
Yeah, I was like, all right, the first one had a train, but what if the train flew off a cliff?
In theory, that sounds cool. The execution was fucking terrible.
Right, because we've talked about this plenty of times, but since we're on it, you can't, like, the cliff jump was cool. It was all right, great stunt for that. But everything after that was CGI weak sauce.
But even in context of the movie, it's fucking stupid.
Right?
Like the whole... Even in context of the movie, you're like, oh, you guys wrote this just so this motherfucker could do a base jump.
Right. And like, if he had base jumped off that shit, right? And actually flown onto a moving train.
Yeah.
Right? Then it's like, okay, that's a motherfucking stunt.
Right. And then it doesn't help that the fucking shit is CG under him, because we saw the ramp and then they CG'd it to make it look like a cliff. And I know they were all scared when he was doing it because he was surrounded by nothing but cliffs and rocks. But you watch it and you're just like, okay, sure.
We've seen this motherfucker on the side of an airplane, free climbing up mountains.
Climbed up the Burj Khalifa.
Right. Like, him base jumping with that's actually kind of lame compared to the shit he's already done.
Yo, because I'm saying, like, the Halo jump in Fallout was 10 times cooler and more thrilling.
Right.
Like, I know it's fake and that was CG, but it was still cool when the nigga gets struck by lightning. Right. And you just hear the thing, the targeting go, pull up.
Yeah. Like, as far as Mission Impossible stunts goes, that base jump is, I think, the worst.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 1.
And that's the name of the movie. That like let's not get it confused. Dead Reckoning Part 1.
What's crazy hearing y'all talk about it. I was thinking about like other movies now that have like the trailer scene from Lost World. I was trying to think of another good one. I was like, damn, Furious 7's the only other movie that had a good one.
Yeah, that shit was hard. I forgot about that. That shit was
7.
hard as fuck.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Because he fights all those fucking
Hell
dudes
yeah.
and climbs out, and then he gets on top and has to run off of it.
And gets
Okay.
saved. And gets saved by a spoiler, a car spoiler. I was like, oh, finally spoilers are useful for something.
Okay, that's the last. Is that the last stunt Paul Walker ever did?
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be real with you. That whole sequence is straight from a Spielberg movie too. Like that whole fucking thing is character Spielberg. I was like, damn, James Wan fucking freaked the fuck out of that.
That whole entire sequence on that mountain in F7,
where they fucking bungee out of the plane, land on the mountain, and then they all. It's cool because it's all character based. Like Brian's fighting, Dom's driving, Letty's doing fucking like stealth shit. Taj is doing
even Taj
shit.
has and
You
like
know
here's
what I'm saying?
I should not enjoy that as much as I did because it's so stupid, but it's so well executed.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had Tubi on one day. Tubi's fucking it'll put on whatever the fuck it wants, right? So I walk out of the room, do some other shit. I come back, it's that scene, right? The beginning of that scene from F7. So I was like, oh shit. Now I gotta sit down and watch this. And then I watch the rest of the movie. That scene is so good, it makes you watch the rest of that fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, The Rock flexes out of his cast, so that like 5 minutes later, he could shoot an ambulance off a bridge with a fucking minigun. You know what I'm saying? Like
a
that
minigun.
movie,
Did he take that off of a crashed helicopter?
Yeah, he drives an ambulance into a drone and then rips the minigun out of the drone.
Okay, yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that fucking.
Yo,
movie,
even Tyrese in that fucking mountain sequence where he fucking hit because his character's supposed to be dumb and goofy. He parachutes to the wrong place, and then he comes back at the end for a last minute save. He's like, "Yeah, Roman's back, bitches," and saves the day.
Yeah, I mean that is masterfully executed. That whole entire fucking sequence. God, that is peak. Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that really should have been the last one.
Like that. I mean, we stayed with it for the other movies just because, like, they got us. They got us with F7, right?
Yeah. Yo, listen. Who knows what's happening with the last one? Like, I don't even think they started shooting that motherfucker.
I don't know, man. Like.
All right. Well, anyways, back to motherfucking back Another Simple Favor.
How do we go from Another Simple Favor to Fast and the Furious 7? The connections.
Anyways, I think Paul Feig fucked up. I think this would have been a nice counter programming during the summer because the first one was a box office hit, like a big box office hit, surprise hit. And people have been requesting this sequel for some time. So here we are 8 years later. It finally comes out. And Paul Feig's like, yeah, I wanted it on streaming because I thought the first one should have been a streaming movie. And instead, Lionsgate put it in theaters. And it's like, yeah, no shit, because Lionsgate was smart, wanted to make money. And when the MGM logo came up, I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then it's followed immediately by Lionsgate. And I was mad at the accountant when I saw the WB logo because I was like, nah, you motherfuckers don't deserve a cut of this at all. But I felt bad for Lionsgate. I was just like, God damn, man. I feel bad for Lionsgate, bro. Just all because of fucking Paul Feig, man. See that Lionsgate logo come up right after the Amazon MGM logo? I'm like, yo, Paul Feig, you were fucking...
Right, because this is a great summer date movie.
Yeah, and women would make a date night for themselves, like a girls' night out for this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the rare movie that hits all quadrants except for children. Like the only quadrant that's not there is for children. But everybody from Like whether you're straight, gay, male, female, whatever you are, you're gonna have a good
like,
time.
Right? I could see you. This is a nice matinee, and then it's nice as summer, hot out, whatever like that. You go for a nice dinner outside, right? Like
Yeah, I
you
mean, we
drinking some
saw this
wine.
together. We enjoyed it as two dudes, like a dude's day out. I was like, damn, this is
because it's funny.
Yeah,
because it's funny.
Yo, you know what's crazy? The first one actually made money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I've just said. Like that's why I'm like, yo, Paul Feig's a fucking idiot.
Like it made almost $100 million.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and it only cost $20 million.
Yeah,
like, in what world
Jesus.
does that not translate to let's put this thing back in the theaters?
Blame Paul Feig.
Holy shit!
Right, because this is a perfect midsummer. Like you make a day of this, right? You build this into your day, right? You go see this movie early, and then you find a nice restaurant with outside seating. You're already in that mood. You're eating some fucking Italian, drinking some wine.
You could do this as a dinner and a date movie too at night. Like you go to a 4, 5, 6 p.m. show, and then 7, 8 o'clock go get dinner.
Right, and drink fucking it's. Because you got that vibe now. Because you got that Italian fucking
right. You have a nice
shit.
bottle of wine. Be like me. Drink some mimosas like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, watch it on Amazon because that's where it's gonna be. But this, right?
I'm glad I got to see it in a theater. Yeah, I'm glad I got to see it in Dolby Atmos at that.
Right, and it's the sound design. You're not gonna notice it on your TV at home, but it's nicely put together. The sound design is good. The visuals are good. It's nice and crisp. Right, and the acting's great.
If a third one gets made, just have Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. Just have their characters fuck. Just get it out the way.
At
Jesus
this point,
Christ. Yeah, man.
At this point,
so,
right?
Fucking. Yeah. What would the third one be called? Another simple favor.
Yet another simple favor.
The Last Favor.
Oh.
Nah, man, because you know what? Fuck, that's right. Because you gotta keep bringing Blake. See, this is why they should not have brought Blake Lively back, bro. Because fucking.
Right, and then
could have just been another Stephanie Smolders mystery.
I mean, they'll probably spin it off, but or one last favor, right? Call it one last favor, and then close it out. All right, you Paul Feig, you can have that one.
All right, yeah. All right, let's get into Thunderbolts.
All right, so main reviews. You want to start with HAVOC?
Yeah, the fucking. Look, please stop doing this Sin City Robert Rodriguez shit. I get it. He said in an interview it was inspired by anime, but man, this is some of the worst looking shit I've ever seen. And watching this movie, but when the credits rolled, I was like, damn, bro, now I see why Netflix let this sit on the shelf for almost 3 years.
Was it 3 years?
They film it. I read last night they finished filming this in October of 2021.
Oh shit!
And one of the reasons why they couldn't get it fucking out earlier is because when they put together their first couple of cuts, Gareth Evans realized, we need reshoots. And by the time they got around to doing reshoots, the strike was happening. And I was just like, how the fuck did it take you guys 2 years to get around to reshoots, though? Because the strike was in 2023.
I don't know, man. So here's the thing about this movie. 15-year-old me would have probably I liked it. Not even not loved it, liked it enough to oh yeah, HAVOC. It's bloody, violent, but older me is this is a piece of shit. It's wonky story wise.
Yeah, right? It makes no fucking sense.
Right?
It takes people 5 clips to die, and by 5 clips, I'm not talking about a handgun. I'm talking AK-47.
Let's not even talk about the fact that I think throughout the whole entire movie, maybe 30,000 rounds are spent, but I counted the reloads. I think they only reload the guns 4 times.
I would say there's an estimated for a movie that has 2 main characters and 4 other supporting characters, like close to like 200 people die. Makes no
Right.
fucking sense.
Right. Yeah, and so like the Sin City thing, it looks straight AI, right?
Yes, yes.
It look like it doesn't even look like someone painted it. It looks AI. The fact that it was made 3 or 4 years ago is insane to me. But if you're gonna do that, do it throughout, because there are some scenes that are shot real, like on a real location. I'm guessing are those the reshoots? I don't know.
I don't know. That like me and Trey were watching it, and Trey can even attest to this. There's a shot where the camera it takes place when they're about to ambush Forrest Whitaker, and the camera tilts down, and it tilts down to the chick pulling out the shotgun on the motorcycle, and then it pans over to the left, and all of a sudden it's a Dutch angle. I'm like, how the fuck did this become a Dutch angle? Like it's so. I was like, dog, this. From the dude who made The Raid, this should not feel like somebody's first fucking movie. Like this feels like a film school student got a big budget and this is their first fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean,
right out of
much.
film school.
Like, I don't care about anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like honestly, like
everybody's a piece of shit,
right? Except for like the lady cop.
Yeah.
Except for the lady cop, but she's in it for maybe 20 minutes, half hour.
It takes people so much to die in this too. I'm like, bro got fucking stabbed in the neck and gets thrown down a flight of stairs and still comes lumbering up. I'm like, and that's like everybody in this movie.
The dude in the club, right? Like that wasn't even stabbed in the neck. He took a meat cleaver to the neck, and like you see the blood. Like I thought he was dead.
Yeah, but I'm just you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying.
I'm telling you guys, some people like Timothy Oliphant. He's a skinny motherfucker. It takes 3 clips to kill this dude from a machine gun.
Yeah.
It's so overkill. Like, it is juvenile. Like, coming from The Accountant 2 to this, where Gavin O'Connor even said, he's like, I don't like just gratuitous violence for violence sake. He's like, I like it to be a part of the story and part of the world. And that's what makes The Accountant 2 pretty good. Even though that movie's pretty fucking violent and has a high body count, it never feels like gratuitous.
It felt gross. It felt more
juvenile.
It felt more extreme. What was that Mads film? Forever Frozen, whatever like that shit.
What, Valhalla Rising?
No. Like he did a comic book adaptation for Netflix a couple of years ago. Let me look it up. But it felt like an extreme version of that, right? And that was OD fucking violent. Let me look this shit up.
You know what it looks like in the violence of it? It reminds me of if Zack Snyder tried to make a noir.
Right. But at least if Zack Snyder made a noir, it would look good, right? Oh, a Polar. He did a movie called Polar in 2019. It's on Netflix, and it is dumb violent. It is super over the top violent, but at least it knew what it was doing, right? It felt like a comic book, right? Because it's based on a graphic novel. I get that, but they tried to make this a regular ass fucking cop drama, but made it so extreme. It's more extreme than The Raid.
Well,
when it comes to like the graphicness.
Because The Raid, like, motherfuckers were getting chopped up, getting their throats sliced with fucking fluorescent lights. But here's the thing. The Raid, people were pieces of shit in The Raid, and The Raid had heroes. So when you're watching the heroes and the villains really go at it and tear each other apart, it makes it a little more thrilling. This, everybody's a piece of shit, and the story's already so bleak. And it's already like, it feels like somebody is like doing their first noir, like a 15-year-old.
Yeah, but there's also that one like side character cop who gets shot like 5 times in the gut with a shotgun, and then literally like gets shot 3 times in the face. Like they show where in the face he gets shot, and he's still on the ground like gurgling on his own blood. I'm like, no, you're just dead. There's no breathing anymore. You're done. So there wasn't really anything like that in The Raid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right. And like the tropes in this are just like you said, a first time filmmaker. The silent female badass, right? Like
Yeah.
like do fucking better, right?
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah.
the it, I the whole entire the reason the triad is after them is the mistaken idea, like
Yeah.
right. It's like
Yeah.
if you had stopped trying to kill people for a second and just like interrogated somebody, you'd find out that there were three motherfuckers who walked in there with hockey masks who killed everybody, right?
So
And also, like, I got to bring this up: the collateral fucking damage, right?
Oh yeah. The National Guard would eventually be called in. Like it's so bad. Like they would literally send the government would be like, "Yo, we got to send the army because this is insane."
Like when Forrest Whitaker's assistant tries to run,
Yeah, and she gets shot in broad daylight in the middle of the fucking street.
In the back is like, but like she's got nothing to do with this. She is a fucking gig worker.
The club, the opening car chase,
right?
Like even the house at the end where it's just like 500 people descend upon this cabin where this final shootout is. I'm like, bro, why is there so many people involved in this fucking shootout?
Right. And I'll give you, like, the action is well choreographed, but you don't care at all. Like, because it's so just beating you over the fucking head, right?
Yeah.
He's a one-trick pony. Like, I'm sorry to say it. Like, it was the Raid, because like his first movie was decent, Marintow, and then he did the Raid, and then he did the Raid 2. And the Raid 2, I was just like, why is this 2.5 hours? Why does this have 10 fucking characters? And it's so convoluted. And then he followed it up with that horror movie that came out on Netflix like 6-7 years ago.
I can't remember that one.
The one with Dan Stevens. I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Apostle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as this.
I'm like, yo, listen, I used to be excited to see this motherfucker's movies. And he now, like, I know his career and is such a like weird state where now he's like, yeah, maybe I'll do the Raid 3 after all. And I'm just like, you know what? Who gives a shit? Fuck this shit. Like I don't care.
Well, and here's the thing. He made the Raid 2, but there was a better version of Raid 2. It was called Dread, right? Like, he can't even do his own shit anymore, right? Because people have done his shit better.
Dread, no, because the problem with the Raid 2 is like it wanted to be like this epic sweeping crime saga. Like remember the bad guy from the first one was recasted as the homeless dude, and that homeless dude has a whole side story. Lasts like half the movie only for him to be unceremoniously killed at the end of the second act.
I don't remember shit about that movie.
Yeah, see?
I remember the car chase, and I only remember the car chase because I saw behind the scenes.
Right, and it's crazy that they have a knife fight in a moving car. Like that, I'll give them that. Like that in the prison, like where Rama was in the stall and he kept opening up the door to beat up one dude and he'll beat up another dude, and then the prison riot in the yard, that was pretty hard. But that's all I remember.
Right.
I remember they had those gimmick characters. It was like Baseball Boy and Hammer Girl, and they were stupid.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that shit.
Yeah, man. It's too much.
And he did Gangs of London, which, like I said, the first season, it was all right.
I couldn't get past the first episode.
Second season is like, all right, now I think it's the same problem you found with the Raid 2. He was trying to be too operatic, but without any sort of nuance, subtlety, or talent.
Well, I mean, the problem with the Raid 2 is not only did we have like 20 characters, each character had like 2 nicknames.
Yeah. Like I said, I watched the Raid 2 once.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep.
Besides the car chase, I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
I went to the press screening for the Raid 1. It had a Q&A afterwards. We all walked out of that motherfucker on a high. Then when the Raid 2 finally came out, we got the next press screening. We all looked at each other like, sure.
Yeah. So Havoc, it had to be cheaper than Electric State.
I will say this: now that Netflix has been activated for the month, I can't believe y'all motherfuckers pay $26.55 for this shit. Because
I don't.
outside of Rebel Ridge and the first episode I've seen of the new season of You, y'all are paying too much for this shit.
I
And
pay.
Ted Sarandos is saying, "Oh, the theater model is outdated." I'm like, with this shit that you got on here, nigga, seriously?
Yeah, I pay $15 a month. I'm not paying anything more than that.
You
for
still
this,
paying too much,
right? Like, but I've been with Netflix since it was DVD, right? So like, that's it's nostalgia that keeps me on the shit, and then every once in a while they'll give you an Adolescence, right?
I
Every
mean,
once in a while,
if that's worth it in your mind, then God bless.
yeah. But like, yeah. So Havoc is look. I'm glad Tom Hardy was able to get a pool, right, or whatever he had to pay off.
Yeah, and I guess we'll review Carry On. Well, I'll review Carry On next episode because we're halfway through it. Like, this motherfucker is difficult to get through.
I mean, we saw every other Carry On seems like a worse version of fucking Phone Booth or fucking any of those voice directing you to do anything movies.
I literally compared it to Phone Booth while we were watching it.
Yes, you did. Yes,
right?
you did.
Nick of Time, right? All those shits.
Yeah.
What was the one that just recently came out that was like that? Disembodied voice. I can't remember. Yeah, everything else. I like the concept, right? Like the concept is always good. It's the execution, and nothing I saw from that trailer made me say, "Oh yeah, no, this is going to be a worthy genre addition entry into motherfuckers making you do shit over the phone genre."
It looks so far it's whatever. I never saw the trailer for it. I just heard about how good it was. 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, and yet The Accountant 2 has 76%. I'm gonna tell you what, if Thunderbolts has a lesser rating on the tomato meter than Carry On, we gotta have an honest talk about the film community, bro.
There's
critical
no
community.
way. There is absolutely fucking no way that has that fucking Carry On has a better score than fucking Thunderbolts.
Well,
I mean, in a just world.
Well, I mean, so Thunderbolts, I'm glad Marvel's just back to making motherfucking movies because like this was long overdue. I was just like, man, y'all used to do this shit in phase 1. Like, don't get me wrong, there's CG and there's CG backgrounds and you can tell, but at least the motherfucker looks finished, and 90% of this is practical.
Right, and like honestly, the acting is so good, the action is so good, and honestly,
it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Right, and yeah, and the comedy is so good that you're not even looking for the faults, right? Because you're so engaged in this goddamn story that any faults that like would become apparent, you're just like, it gets a pass.
It's the first superhero movie to deal with trauma and mental health.
Right.
It's fucking wild.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to ruin it for you, anybody who's watching it, but the main villain is some shit that most of us deal with every day.
So, Thunderbolts, Allegra De Fontaine is tying up loose ends because some shit goes wrong and she's being subpoenaed by the U.S. Congress because, it's pretty obvious. She's just, every time you look at her, you're just like, God damn, you are just slimy and evil. Like, walk into the room, you're just like, ugh, I want to go shower. Congress is like, yo, we got to get her the fuck out of here. Bucky is a congressman. He's leading the charge with Wendell Pierce. And she's trying to tie up loose ends because a mission went wrong. And those loose ends include U.S. agent Yelena, the new Black Widow, uh, Ghost, Ava Starr, and Taskmaster, and Bob, a mysterious man named
Right.
Bob.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers get hip to the game and they form a team. They're a dysfunctional team, temporarily called the Thunderbolts, and and that's I'll just save that. I'll just say the rest of that. Eventually, they're joined by Red Guardian.
Yeah.
And with that, I will say, don't expect much Taskmaster, because the first time I saw this, I was laughing so hard because I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Yeah, and like I don't want to give too much away, because like part of the fun of this is watching how this whole entire team coalesced, right?
Yeah,
How they gel together.
Makes they have a couple of throwaway lines to Captain America: The Brave New World, and I was just like, man, that movie literally was like a fucking placeholder. Like,
Right.
everything you need from that movie you get in this, and when you think about it, I'm just like, man, if you had just swapped Bucky with Sam, this should have just been the fucking Captain America movie. Like, this should have just been Captain America 4.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
honestly,
him rehabilitating criminals and anti-heroes.
Captain America. Like, after watching this, Captain America 4 just felt like a setup for Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
100%. Like a 2.5 hour fucking setup for Thunderbolts layup.
And you know what? What you said in the Cap review that I never thought of, that Samuel Stearns, he doesn't even want the adamantium, he just wants to be free. So like, it makes Ross's plan so stupid. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we never even touch upon what happened after that. It's just focused on like Red Hulk. Like, the entire fucking movie is just Red Hulk. Like, you would think they would mention in this, like, oh yeah, Japan got a hold of Timur Island.
Right. No, because they're not concerned with beyond these throwaway lines. They're not concerned with direct connections.
Oh yeah.
With these other fucking movies, like,
oh, no.
there are connections, but they don't feel like they're being shoehorned in.
Right. Like,
right?
the only big connection is the post
credits.
credits.
Yeah.
What this shit used to be. It wasn't like literally the last 15 minutes of the movie was setting up nothing else. Like, you remember how these used to be? Like, okay, the credits rolled, and then what's coming next is the teaser.
Right. Like,
after the credits.
Right. Like, honestly, it felt like when at the end of
Iron Man.
the first Captain America, right, where you see him fucking being thought out. He's thought out. He's boxing and shit like that. That scene is cut, like, is directly in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And feels like that here. Right. If this scene ends up in the thing that we're not going to spoil, right, I would not be surprised. It's like, because that's a direct lead up.
Well, the one thing I say I was a little disappointed in both times is going into this, I knew, because I've seen headlines like Florence Pugh jumps off second tallest building. I didn't know it opened the movie.
Right.
So when it opens, and I watched Jake Shear, if you go to his Instagram, he uploaded a reel, behind the scenes reel. He had 2 camera people jump off with her with parachutes. And I'm like, okay, if you see her jump off and you guys actually filmed falling with her, why cut wide? Like, stay with her. Let's see Florence Pugh do this fucking dangerous stunt that Kevin Feige. It took her 2 months to convince Kevin to do it. She's like, yo, if Tom Cruise gets to do it, I should be able to do it.
I didn't even realize that was her.
Yeah, she jumps off.
I thought that was like either
a stunt person
or a really good CGI. But I get it from a visual standpoint, right?
Because you want to show the stunt, but then cut back close to as she's falling.
But like, for me, I liked the way it was composed, right? But then don't make a big deal of her actually jumping if you're not going to show her jumping. I didn't need to see her jump.
I mean, that's the one thing I'll give the base jump is like, yo, you saw that was Tom Cruise on the motorcycle, and then at one point they do cut to him free falling. during that motherfucker.
Yeah, I had no idea that was actually her.
Yeah. Kevin
'cause it
Feige's
doesn't-
like,
because it
no
doesn't
way,
matter.
no fucking way. He's like, no fucking way. And he's like, yo, if Tom Cruise gets to do it, I should be able to do it. And he's like, all right, fine. So that's another reason why this movie ran over budget, because they had to hike up the insurance on that shit.
Right. And like, here's the thing. Instead of making a big deal about it, it could have been a nice little thing for the DVD commentary. It was like, oh, you realize that was really me jumping off.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's fucking cool as shit. Did you like that? But
like Christian Bale jumping off the building in Dark Knight, that was really him. That wasn't a stunt person.
Right.
And we didn't find that out until like a couple of years later. Like, oh no, that was really me. But you know, I guess Chris didn't use the close-ups.
Yeah. But that's the way you handle it. You don't make a big fucking deal about it. It's just like a cool little thing.
Right.
It's like, right? If because like me finding out right now that was actually her jumping off, that's cool. I didn't know before now. I was like, oh, that's cool. That was her jumping off. But like, if I had the hype ahead of it, like, oh, that's really her jumping off. She's got this stunt where she jumps off. It's like, it's lackluster.
See, here's the thing. Jeff, you've seen this movie twice. I've seen this movie twice. I didn't have any expectations going into this motherfucker. Like, my expectations were fucking in the dirt because Marvel's been in such a rut. And then I was like, who gives a fuck about Thunderbolts?
Right.
And so I should have known this was good because they sent me to the junket screening. And I was like one of 5 people there. And even security's like, yo, y'all motherfuckers realize y'all VIP. And I'm like, so then why am I here? Why y'all let me see this shit super dummy early? And then like 10 minutes in, I was just like, oh yeah, nah, this is okay. Y'all made a movie. And like, you know, Jeff, where that building explodes at the beginning?
Yeah.
Bro, that was for real. They blew up a real fucking building.
I mean,
like I saw the behind the scenes reel. I was like, bro, there's people right under that walking in the street, and they really blew that motherfucker up.
They that shit looked real, right? And that's
I was
right. Like
yo.
I didn't think that was CGI at all. I thought like, oh, you did some real 80s shit where you just blew up a fucking building.
Yeah, like yo, 90% of the shit that blows up in this is done for real. Like they're blowing up everything.
Yeah, and like the action in this, like it's choreographed so well. You understand how like with the geography of the space.
Yo, when the knife kept bouncing, they all kept like fucking throwing it and then catching it and throwing it. That shit was hard.
That fucking that fight scene with Sentinel, right? When they're at Watchtower, right?
Oh yeah, like, that was a oneer.
Yo, that shit was better than anything I've seen in like any of these Snyderverse Superman, right?
Yep, that was
how
straight.
That's
Superman.
how you fucking do that shit.
Also, how bad is that specific part? He's a villain, and you're just like, bro, it works here because he's a villain, but then in those other movies, he's supposed to be a hero, and he's doing the same fucking thing. You know?
Right, yeah.
The score, bro. The score by Son Lux. Like I'm not really a big fan of them, but this score, man,
it feels like real music, right?
Yes,
like because all of these Marvel movies feel like they have these temp sound, like we got the Marvel stock music. We'll put that in there, right? This feels like an actual fucking score, and it works because it feels like it shouldn't work, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but it's just so weird at parts, but that works.
I think we should give Florence Pugh a solo Black Widow movie because the fact that she carries this motherfucker, like, don't get me wrong, this is an ensemble piece,
right?
But she single-handedly carries this movie and carries it well. Like, this is a hard thing to carry. Like, she is literally Robert Downey Jr. this motherfucker.
And like the range of emotions, like you love her all the way fucking through.
Yeah.
You just want to just fucking pick her up and hold her, even though she is a deadly killing machine. But you know what got me, right? When they're under the underpass,
and she's
right?
like, "Oh, Dad."
When she's like, "Daddy," when she says, "Daddy, I'm so fucking lonely." That broke my goddamn heart.
Yeah, look, I gotta even give it up, Jeff. Marvel usually has flat cinematography. The fact that they were able to shoot on locations, it looked like a real movie and it was
Right.
lit like a real movie. Like the lighting when they're in the hallway after the incinerator, like the yellow lights and the way it lit their faces yellow, I was just like, God damn, bro. Like even Deadpool and Wolverine didn't have this type of fucking lighting.
And look, that in the first 5 minutes, that whole entire top-down fight scene, right,
Oh,
when
yeah,
she's entering
yeah.
the building, like
Yeah.
people cared about this movie, right?
You could tell Kevin was hands off.
100%.
Yo,
They let these motherfuckers cook.
This was a Kevin was on vacation when this movie got made.
Right. He was just like, oh, Thunderbolts, whatever. It's a setup for another movie.
I guarantee you, he watched the first cut of this movie. He's like, "Fuck, this don't look like everything else."
Right. It's like, I fucked up and made something good. So fucking Marvel did an entire movie about the power of friendship and hugs, right? Like, and it's the best thing since Guardians 3.
Yep.
And Guardians 3 was the best thing since Endgame.
Endgame, yeah. People ask me, they're like, "Where would you rank this?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm not doing a fucking whole universe rank."
Right.
I was just like, because I gotta really think about it after what was Winter Soldier, because number one's Black Panther, number two is Winter Soldier, and then everything else I'm like, I gotta think about it. So I told people, post Endgame for me, number one's Guardians Volume 3, number two is this, and number three is No Way Home. And then
yeah, I keep on forgetting No Way Home because that's Sony, but yeah.
Because and on rewatches, No Way Home doesn't hold up, but it still at least gives me the emotional catharsis
Right.
that Rise of Skywalker failed to give me. At least they tried. Like the one thing I'll give No Way Home, that is the complete origin story for Peter, and those fights are like this. Like, come on, man. Fucking, you got William Dafoe body slamming Tom Holland's stunt double through floors. And I'm like, bro, that's William Dafoe. That's not even a stunt double. That's really him. When that motherfucker was like, because I remember watching an interview, he's like, yo, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to really fucking do this. Like, I want to do my stunts.
Right.
So that motherfucker that's really him pile driving Spider-Man through 3 floors. And that's like this. It's like, you can tell like when it's Florence and when it's not. And even when it's Florence, I'm like, that's really her doing a fucking tuck and roll under a tabletop, bro.
Yeah. I mean, anything that I would say against this movie feels like nitpicking, right?
Well, no. I do have some gripes, but hold on. Before we get to our gripes, Trey, what did you think?
It's just nice to see Marvel make a movie, bro. Like, to be completely honest with you. Because this is the first one I've seen since Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was on here for y'all's Deadpool and Wolverine episode, so everybody knows how I feel about that. But this one, it was nice to see. This feels like a movie for a lot of reasons, like you guys had already mentioned, like the score and the cinematography and everything. But I also think more than anything else, this genuinely does feel like an actual character piece, like closer to what they were always trying to do with the Avengers movies. I feel like this one works a lot better because you get to see them be a team that likes each other by the end.
Yeah.
Whereas every Avengers movie, they had to work through hating one person or fixing one person's screw up and being mad at that person and then coming together for a mission. And even then, they just work as a tactical unit, not necessarily as a team of people who enjoy being around each other.
Sure.
And like, this is literally the first time you get to see that, because like that's always been my biggest problem with like the Avengers movies, especially Endgame, is that like Tony and Steve still kind of hate each other by the end of that shit, bro. Like, they're never really a team that likes each other.
Yeah. And like it's the emotional catharsis, like that you have a chance to actually get to know these characters. Yeah. And when they actually team up, when they're on the streets of New York, like I felt that, right? I feel like they were being actual fucking heroes.
Yes. Congratulations to this movie for making me give a fuck about U.S. Agent. Played by fucking Wyatt Russell of all people. I was just like, yo, I was hoping by the end of the movie, maybe this motherfucker might catch a bullet. But then, like, once we got to the limo, I was like, okay, I fucks with you.
Yeah.
I fucks with you. And by the end, I was like, all right, U.S. agent, you won me over.
Yeah, like
3
I'd
super
like to see-
soldiers on one team. That's funny.
I was thinking about that once they crash Watchtower. I was like, yo, you got fucking 3 super soldiers, and they make a joke about that too, which is pretty fucking funny. 3 super soldiers, no flyers.
Yep. My gripe is on a rewatch. Now that I was fully invested in the story, now I could just watch it. The dialogue, I was just like, there's the marvel of it. That is all in the dialogue, especially like the way these characters give exposition. I'm like, this is a little sloppy, but it's the best. I give it a pass. It is the best it's been in a while, but it's still that fucking Marvel exposition and dialogue where I'm just like, this is sloppy.
I mean, I can't disagree with you, but I didn't notice just because I was so enamored by how everything else came together, right? And you never watch a Marvel movie for fucking pristine dialogue.
No,
right?
but it stands out on a rewatch.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you that. I will give you that. Like, it's not the best dialogue in the world, but everything else hit so hard and so well that it's like, you know what? I was expecting nothing from this. I was expecting this to be a throwaway movie that's going to lead into whatever phase we're in now, phase 18, whatever bullshit.
This is the end of phase 5, and phase 6 starts with Fantastic Four. Trey, did you want to say something?
I lost the thought. It's all right.
All right. Yeah, wait. Was it about the dialogue? Because me and you were talking about that a little bit on the train ride home.
Oh, yeah. Like, so for me, what worked, I agree with you about the dialogue, but I also feel like this is the strongest dialogue they've had just because, like, again, it's been a very long time where people get to just talk to each other, and not every other line's a joke. Like, and I think that was part of the problem with like Deadpool and Wolverine is that like literally everybody was a comedian in that movie. Nobody knew how to have a fucking conversation.
Well, I think the reason why the jokes work in this is because they're all fucking assholes, and they are making jokes about them being a fucking asshole.
Well, that, and they're also just making jokes about how that specific group of people ended up in that specific situation too. It's very situational humor. It's not like, haha, look how ridiculous this whole universe is.
Right.
That's true.
It's not
because it's like I keep saying, like, again, you can't keep pulling that bullshit after you made people cry at the end of Infinity War because a giant purple Balchinian snapped half of the universe out of existence, bro. Like, you just can't do that anymore. This shit don't work. You got people actually emotionally invested now. You got to build off that. And I feel like this is the first time since Endgame where they're trying to actually build off of that emotional investment.
Yeah. And like you said, Brandon, the jokes come from because they are all assholes, right? They are all dicks, right? And fucking as assholes ourselves, we know like fucking snaps are coming.
I mean, that's why I find The Lighthouse so funny, because only an asshole knows that those two type of people. Yeah, look, see it in IMAX, because I'm gonna probably end up seeing this again. Like, I'm probably gonna go for a third time.
Yeah, I might go for a third, fourth time. And I saw it on the it's big. It really is. The IMAX really does work. That it's not story motivated, right? Like, it's not like Sinners, where the cinematography and the use of IMAX adds a layer to the actual storytelling.
It just adds to the scope.
Right. It just makes this thing bigger. It just makes this thing bigger.
It feels bigger in IMAX, and it this is the rare use of IMAX where it instead of it feels you stepping into a sequence like Nolan or Jordan Peele, where it heightened the suspense where you're like, oh fuck. This is just to use to like enhance the action and the scope of the movie.
And,
Like me and my brother were talking though.
uh,
I didn't like how some action beats were in scope, but then a whole conversation between Bob and Allegra was in IMAX, and I'm like, what the fuck, y'all?
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, even on the second watch. But I will say, this movie does reward you for watching it in IMAX because of. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Oh yeah, we might as well just say it because they played it before New World Order. We didn't get it for New World Order, so I was tight.
Did they? Oh.
I was tight. I was like, we didn't get it, but I got it both times. They do an IMAX countdown for using Fantastic Four, and between something else and this IMAX countdown, I'm like, bro, if Fantastic Four don't hit, motherfucker, like y'all put too much stake in this motherfucker now.
You can't follow Thunderbolts with something that's not as good as Thunderbolts.
Yes.
So it has to be.
I do think though you mentioning that the next phase is starting with Fantastic Four, I think it's kind of funny that they clearly don't give a shit about this phase numbering shit. Because why are you promoting a movie that's not in this phase?
Right.
With its own special countdown and everything.
Right,
So,
and at the end, go ahead.
So, like, if that movie really doesn't hit, you're starting off a phase that way, and you're ending a phase with the hype of that movie.
Like, and to have the countdown where at the end of it says Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters July 25th, and that shit's on the screen for a minute. I'm like, nigga, this shit better be good. And then you cut to it. It says filmed for IMAX, presented in Fantastivision. I'm like, bro, y'all better get this. Also, the fuck is Fantastivision?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yo, nigga, look, if Fantastic Four is good, I might just hop off this shit. I'll keep going to press screenings, but as far as me being involved, if Fantastic Four is a home run, that's it, because y'all did what I wanted to see.
Right.
I just wanted to see Galactus, man. That's why I stuck around. I thought Galactus was going to be like, after Kang, like, oh shit, this dude who eats worlds, we got to figure out a way to beat him. Like, me and Trey, we used to watch this cartoon called Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Right.
Bro, they went through every story arc you could possibly do. Like, they did Secret Wars, they did Kang Dynasty, they did everything. You know what the very last 5 episodes was?
Galactus, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Like, they had 100 motherfuckers fighting Galactus by the last episode.
Yeah. So if a cartoon can do it, they got like
and you're trying to tell me that's the Fantastic Four's villain out the gate. Like,
look, well, this movie gives me hope. It does. It really does.
Like, hey, man,
I'm still cautious. I'm still cautious.
I will say this: the one thing after coming out of this, the one thing that gives me hope is I did see Matt Shankman say, "Hey, we shot on sets," and I was like, that. I rolled my eyes at that because I'm like, all right. But now seeing this, I'm like, all right, cautiously optimistic. He's like, we tried to make it look like a Kubrick movie. We tried to shoot on sets as much as possible. I'm like, why the sudden turn back to practical, Kevin? Like, you got to tell me. Because Fantastic car, if you watch the trailer, that shit's for real. They're really driving that shit.
Because you know what? We've been talking shit for the last 4 years, right? Everybody's been talking shit about Marvel for the last 4 years. Like, it's sink or swim time now.
Yeah,
right? And Kevin realized that. That's why I think Kevin stepped back from Thunderbolts.
I still forget, like, after watching Electric State, though, that shit still gives me no faith in these Avengers movies.
Oh yeah,
the only reason they're doing them is because Robert said he wasn't coming back if they weren't directing them. That's fucked up. Their little production logo is going to be in front of an Avengers movie. That's fucked.
Honestly. Then if they don't come back, if RDJ doesn't come back because the Russos don't come back, well, bye.
Yeah, Mads was right there, bro.
Like,
Mads,
bye.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen was right there.
Yeah.
We'll see how, like, Fantastic Four is like what it is. This comes out. It's currently April 28th. It drops May 2nd. So we'll say like what 2.5 months.
Yeah. May, June, yeah. Well, no,
Yeah, it's a little over 2 months now.
Yeah.
Because May, June, May, June, July. So a little over 3 months.
Under 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, under 3 months. Under 3 months. But like, look, man, like, yo, we're getting creme de la creme action here. Okay. We got, even though it's a horror movie, still has dope action. Sinners out right now. You got The Accountant 2 out right now.
Right.
And now you got Thunderbolts. Like, and Mission Impossible is 2 weeks away. Like, we got our invite for that shit now. And I'm just like, y'all niggas, like if this is how Marvel's coming out the gate this summer swinging, and we're following up Sinners with this, like, y'all gotta come correct this summer, baby.
Like, here's the thing: this summer seems like it's making up for like last summer.
Yeah, for the last couple of summers, man. Yeah. Like, everybody better be like coming correct, man. I know it's a lot of franchise stuff, but
it's good franchise stuff.
Yeah, do it right. Yeah, man. Look, my only beef is Mission Impossible is 3 hours, and only 50 minutes of it is in IMAX.
I'm not even worried about
that's
like
whack.
I'm not even like 50 minutes in IMAX. All right, whatever. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that this is a fucking 3-hour movie, a 3-hour Mission Impossible movie. Like, yeah, so this, like, I don't know, like, what is in there that's worth 3 hours?
I will say, we're in the Times Square IMAX. Can we just be back at 34th Street? And if we gotta be at Times Square, can we just be in the fucking Dolby? Like, Paramount loves putting us in that fucking Times Square IMAX. So we were in that motherfucker for Top Gun. I'm like, yo, can we get 34th Street or the real one?
Yeah, honestly, I love 34th Street because it's right fucking there.
But it's a nice screen too. It's a nice size IMAX.
It's a nice screen, but like it's right there. I don't have to spend no extra money.
If you shoot in 190, I'm perfectly fine with 34th Street. So, Trey, anything you want to add?
No, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's it for me. Just before we wrap up, 2 things. Jeff, you did an interview with Cynthia Dia Robinson and Daniela Pinda for Accountant 2. It was a good interview.
Oh, thank you.
That's the first order of business. I fucking forget the second order of business.
Swamp Dog.
Okay, yeah, Swamp Dog. But right, that's another order of business. Swamp Dog will be up there. Also, if you made it to the end of this, just know, subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on this post on Instagram. I have 2 digital copies to give away. And once we hit a certain threshold of our subscriber rate on YouTube, I will be giving away a digital copy for Oppenheimer and a digital copy of Interstellar. So 2 of y'all are going to be getting Nolan movies. Yeah. So subscribe on YouTube.
And also you can subscribe on all the podcast platforms, but now you can make comments on individual episodes on Spotify, and we already have 2 comments on there that we're going to answer in our next episode. So leave us questions, right? We'll answer them. We'll make it the whole entire little segment of it, right? But you've seen over the last 4 months, 5 months, how we've blown up, right? So imagine where we're going next, and you can all be a part of that. Just, fucking like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Share the shit. And also, if I know you in real life, don't ask me about a movie.
Listen to the fucking show.
We have a goddamn fucking podcast, right? And we're always posting shit on our on the Film Blurts Instagram, Twitter, and our own personal ones, right?
Actually,
share the shit.
Do that. This is what you got to do. If you want Oppenheimer and Interstellar, not only do you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you also got to follow us on Twitter and follow us on TikTok.
There you go. Yeah. There's got to be a way that we can track. They just subscribe to us on everything. We got to be able to verify that.
Well,
right?
Those 3 platforms.
Right.
I can verify on those 3 platforms.
Right.
I could easily see.
Yeah.
And let me say this: if you've made a disparaging comment, we also remember. The North remembers.
The North always remembers.
Me and Jeff, we look at this shit all the time. Even the shit you tweet at me, like the tweets I've been getting for this Thunderbolts movie, I'm like, I like the motherfucker, and y'all are still coming at me sideways.
Yeah. So yeah, just be careful what you wish for. You might get a shout out, but not the way you want.
Always a white guy. Always.
Of course.
Always a white guy.
Always a white guy. He probably always starts the sentence with, well, actually. Right? He seems like a well, actually motherfucker.
Yeah. So that is episode 161.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.